In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make Warzone look absolutely amazing on console. These are the same tips I actually showed you guys for Warzone 1, and they do carry over to Modern Warfare 2 as well as Warzone 2. A lot of these settings are really easy for you guys to access, and if you guys do have a monitor or a TV, you guys most likely can make your game look really good. With that being said, if you guys do enjoy the video and learn something new, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss any more videos like this. And of course, if you guys have any questions, then let me know down in the comment section below. There are timestamps in this video to show you guys exactly which parts you guys want to watch. If you guys already know certain settings, you guys can just skip through the video and find the part that's for you. First things first is your colorblind settings. Now this is actually optional. This is not something I would recommend playing around with too much if you guys are not colorblind. But I actually like to use Tritanopia as my colorblind setting to actually make the game look more saturated. Certain colors pop more when you change the colorblind type, so you guys can try that. It's not the most effective thing, but if you guys are just trying to look for a really fast way to make the game look a bit different for you, then that's one of the best ways you can do it. That's more so of a color setting, but like I said, if you guys don't like that, there's actually a lot of way better tips in the video as well, so make sure you guys stick around. Before we get to that, I'm going to show you guys a couple of other settings you guys might want to tweak around with to make your experience much better. First of all is motion blur. I recommend having both of these off. I recommend setting them both to off, and that goes for web motion blur as well as world motion blur. This is going to make it to where the game's not blur. If you guys do have motion sickness, I wouldn't recommend having that on. It can be really hard to see people moving, especially if you're moving yourself. The second thing I want to talk about is your CAS setting. This is actually has a lot to do with your sharpness of the game and how sharp all the lines are. I recommend tweaking this a little bit. You guys don't want to max it out because the game's gonna look a little grainy and too sharp. So I really recommend you guys play around with that, but definitely up it, because the normal one that is at when you first start Modern Warfare 2 is pretty low, and the game is not sharp at all. It feels really fuzzy, really blurry, so that's going to help you guys get a much more crisp experience. And speaking of blurry, I recommend you guys turn down your film grain, because that also makes the game feel really grainy, and it's just overall not really pleasant for the eyes. Those right there are the in-game settings you guys can do to make the game feel way better. Let me know if those actually help with you guys, and I'm going to show you guys some other ways you guys can make the game look super good as well. Now there's a bit of assembly required for these tips, but I recommend you guys go into your monitor or TV settings and play around with a couple of the settings. This is actually one of the most effective things you guys can do to make the game look way better. And to give you guys a quick, short and clear explanation, all you have to do is just grab a remote, or you can go to your TV and control it from the actual buttons, but you can just change around the color, the sharpness, the brightness. Sometimes you guys even have gamma settings. If you guys have a gaming monitor, you could probably have a lot more settings like black equalizer and things like that. So that right there can make the game look like a day and night difference. But the two most popular ones is saturation or color vibrance, and of course brightness. Those are the two things most people want to change because the game either is too dark for them, or it just feels really dead and very grayish, and they just want to have some color. So those two are what I recommend you guys look for. And like I said, if you guys can find these settings in your monitor or TV, which most TVs and monitors have them, you guys can enhance your experience by a million. I actually have two monitors. I have an LG one and a BenQ, and they both have color settings, but keep in mind that each one has a different name. My BenQ has color vibrance as the saturation, and my LG just has saturation. So they are called different things on different platforms or displays, but they're mainly just the same thing. You can play with your RGB if you want to. I personally would not touch that at all because it can make the game look really weird. That's one of the best things you can do to make the game look better, but keep in mind, if you guys are trying to record gameplay or clips, the clips are not going to look as good as they do for you because that's only a monitor setting. It's not an actual game setting. Although the game is really bright and colorful for me, the reason why you guys can see it bright and colorful as well is because I actually have OBS filters and Elgato filters. But using those settings just described will allow you guys to make your game look just like mine or even better. And keep in mind that we all perceive the game slightly different, so you guys might not like my settings, you guys might not like my exact color in my game, you guys might want more, you might want less. That's why I show you guys how to do it, and you guys can go on from there and make it exactly how you want it. Once again, guys, if you guys have any more questions on this topic, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll try to help you guys out. In the future, I'm going to be touching over some FPS settings, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for that. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, and understanding always.
on station.
Switching back!
Our UAV is orbiting the area. Friendly UAV online.
Reloading!
Friendly counter UAV is online. Armor supplies are being deployed at this time. Friendly counter UAV is on station. Hostile mortar strike near your position. Friendly mortar strike inbound. Friendly Wilson rolling in.
Changing backs!
Friendly cruise missile inbound. Our counter UAV is active. Hostile cruise missile launched. Friendly UAV on station. Our mortar strike is inbound. Ready
I'm
for
red on
tasking.
ammo! Requesting recon at my
Mission
location!
is nearly complete. Keep. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
No signal from the UAV. Recon.
Friendly counter UAV is online. Friendly stealth bomber entering the AO. Cargo helo is en route to the AO. The enemy's falling back. Don't let friendly UAV online. Hostile airstrike incoming. Friendly UAV on station. Our UAV is orbiting the area. All Sabre, mission accomplished.